Hello and welcome back to Harbor Park CrossFit's OnRamp program. This is day number 6. I'm Dave Yandel, co-owner and coach at the gym. As you've noticed through the previous 5 days, everything's been kind of progressive. We've been building on the previous movements. And today, on day number 6, we're only going to introduce to you one movement, and that's going to be called the med ball clean. The reason we're introducing it on this day is because moving forward, we're going to start getting into a lot of the Olympic lifts, and we find that a medicine ball is not so intimidating and putting this in your hands and teaching the movement of the clean. Once you can kind of get under the ball with the clean movement and the proper mechanics of it, then you can transfer that into a barbell, and that's just what we find works best. So let's get right into it. A med ball clean. I'm going to demo it and then we'll break it down. Looks like a lot of moving parts, kind of confusing. But if we break it down into steps, it won't be so confusing. And these are just the steps that I use to break them down. There's a few other cues that other coaches use, and it may not be exact. Everybody has their own version of it and how to properly cue it or what works best for them. I find breaking it down into 4 easy steps kind of makes it transfer easier for new beginners. So in the very beginning of it, we want to set the feet, right? The ball should be just within your feet. And when we squat down, I want you to think of this as just like a deadlift. Nice flat back. And we're just going to rise up to hips. And then back down. Coming to the same spot we started every time, allowing that ball to stay in close and not kind of going further out. Once we've mastered that, we're going to get to like a deadlift and a shrug. And shrug. So we're going to come all the way up and shrug the shoulders. Keeping that ball in tight. Once you've mastered that or feel comfortable with that, we're going to add a shrug and a pull. It'll look like this. I want you to notice how I'm keeping that ball nice and tight. It's almost like it's brushing my clothing or shaving my chest. And I'm keeping those elbows nice and high. If I were to allow that ball to come out here, and even though this is a lighter ball, if it transfers into a barbell, or even this medicine ball, over time, when you hold even a pencil out at this distance, your arms start to get tired. And you can only hold that for so long. So keep it in nice and tight to your body. It allows you to use your center of gravity better, and you're not going to tire out as much. Okay, so that's one movement. 2, it just allows us to transfer better under the ball later. So if I'm out here, I'm going to curl it. That's not a curl movement. We want to keep it here, and then we're going to drop under. So it's important. So again, I'm going to show you one more time. We're going to have a nice deadlift setup. We're going to stand up to the top, pull, shrug, and then back down. Deadlift setup, pull, shrug. That's the movement. The next part, we're going to add the drop movement into it. And generally, I'll have people start from the top. We'll start with high elbows at that shrug position, and all I want you to do is drop underneath it into a squat. Reset. So if you notice, I'm letting go of the ball momentarily to change my hand position underneath. That's okay. A good practice technique is for not curling the ball is to do laces out so that you can see the laces. The laces should be pointing out the whole time and they're not going to circle. That's how I know I'm dropping under the ball. Otherwise it'll look like this. Right? You saw the laces move and then I'm just curling it. We're not curling it. Just thinking about dropping under the ball. Couple things. When I catch, basically I'm in my squat stance, right? This looks very familiar to an air squat. And when I catch the ball, my elbows are forward, right in front of my face. Resembles a front rack position for the front squat. See how that transfers over? So to put this all together, I'm going to do a couple facing you, and then I'll turn to the side. So generally how we like to see it is with those 4 cues, or the 4 adding on and building. I'd like the coaches to work on cueing the athletes into the movements. Meaning, this will be the set position after I demoed it. Everybody will get set, the coach will watch you, make sure you're in proper position. Not too far over, not too far back, the ball isn't out front, right? We can adjust from there. When the coach says go, come up to the deadlift, hold it till they say reset. Reset, down. A couple progressions through that. Then we'll add on to the shrug and pull, then the hand positions. With the cueing of the coach to tell you when to go, when to drop. Generally we like you to hold it at the top or at the bottom so we can fix and cue you in different ways. That's just how I like to teach it. Each coach can have a little different variation to it. And the medicine ball can get as heavy or as light as we need to. But again, this is just an introduction to the clean. It's going to transfer into better and more efficient wall balls, and also translate into the clean movement that we're going to do with a barbell, starting with day number 7.